Hello, hello, hello. It's not going to be a long stream tonight. I'm just going to do maybe an hour. Not too much. Back to the Manchester map again. Just waiting for it to load. I have done a bit off stream. I'll explain that as we go in a minute. So the whole point of this is it's City Bus Manager, and in my case what I'm trying to do is recreate the entire of the Manchester network. Why? Don't know. But it's something that's good, and it gets the interaction between you guys and me, and we can talk about things and what have you, which is brilliant. Now YouTube have just popped up that you will get keyframing frequency issues at 4 seconds. That's because I've not done how to do it in the software yet. It's automatic. So when there's no movement going on, you do get sometimes a bit of a choppy stream, and I do apologise for that. But I'm not too sure. I don't think I can change it whilst I am streaming. How to actually put a keyframe, do the keyframing. It's something I'm going to have to look into and discover how to do it, and remember how to do it later on, somewhere down. So, since the last episode, I have let it play a little bit, although you wouldn't think so, because I don't really have any more money than I did before. However, if we go to the map and zoom out, you'll see that we have now got all the way up to Bury, Rochdale, so we can do further up that way, because we have got all this open. The other thing you will notice straight away is we do have Middleton now down here. Middleton Depot currently has a grand total of 11 buses, all of which are, well, I was going to say all of which are out. They're not. It's here. There's one here. So Middleton Depot can hold a maximum of 25 buses at the moment, and we will expand that as we go. So that is covering the Middleton routes, and if I go into the routes and go in these, you'll see that all of these 114 all have been switched over to Middleton. So they all run out of Middleton rather than Hyde Road, which means the shift schedules actually make sense now. Sunday there's one missing, and I think you'll find, yeah, there's no bus for a Sunday, which isn't a problem. Monday there's a few that are missing, so we do need to get some more buses and some more drivers. But we've got time for that. So we've got 64,000 already, and hopefully the money should only go up as we get more and more vehicles. As you can see, I'm now making, we've gone from 349,000 euros to 509. Yesterday was a Thursday in this game. Friday, which is today, we're at 450,000, and we are 20 past 9 at night. So we do have a little bit of work to go, and it is up and down. We do have our loans unknown. No, I'm busy. So what we were looking at in the last episode was this depot here. Is this service hall gets ridiculously busy. Now we've got a massive office here, so what we were going to do is we were going to redesign this whilst we wait for vehicles, because we can redesign little bits as the money comes in very quickly. So we've got 66,000, so I think the first thing we need to do is buy a new bus. We do need to actually go to Middleton to do this. Buy a new bus. What we're going to do is we'll get some more deckers first, and then we will get some single decks, because technically speaking some of Middleton's routes are single deck routes, and we will try and recreate that as well the best as possible. It can't be guaranteed that that is going to be recreated perfectly, but we will do our damn hardest to do that. So with that, now we can go back to the main depot. So we've got all this locker space here, but we've got room down here where we can't actually put anything. So I think it would make sense if corridor where we can put lockers, we build corridor like that down here. There we go. Whoa, 56,000. I forgot that cost some money. Do that, and then I think we're best off waiting for some of this money to come back. Fewer shifts. So the current objectives that we've got is ensure fewer shifts cancellations. Make sure that no shift is cancelled for 2 days in a row. Failed shifts in the last 2 days, 8. Expand your bus network to 52%. We're currently at 29.6 because I've expanded again. To get another expansion, we need to be covering 30%, and it's now 55,000. As you can see, we can go 99 expansions with a mixture of each direction. So if it's planned well, the map could be absolutely immense. The bit I don't know is how many actual bus depots you can have. Now, thinking that the map can be expanded to that amount would make me think that the map size could be pretty damn big. So we can have a look at that. Now, let's fast forward because we need to do a bit. What are we in? So tomorrow everything's covered. It doesn't say any unassigned, so that's not a problem. So we don't need to worry. We don't need to mess about because everything is covered. Obviously some of the high road routes that we've got in here, like the 216, which you can see here, and the 219, they need to be transferred over into Ashton at some point. At some point in this depot we are going to have an excess of vehicles, which that isn't really going to be a problem. It's just one of those things that's going to happen. Wow, we are well and truly in the debt, but that's okay. That's okay. So yesterday we spent 65,000 on building that building. 310,000 on vehicles. The day before we spent 400,000 on vehicles. So we are expanding quite a bit. Just lower the prices ever so slightly. The weekly ticket we need to really lower. The ratings are low, but main of that is travel comfort, because we still have a lot of vehicles that don't have all the amenities. Internet, I'm not paying for it at the moment. Ticket prices, that comes and goes. Service centre waiting time, we will address that shortly. Friendliness, we'll sort out that thing. Getting service centre not overcrowded, well, we're always overcrowded at the moment, so that will sort itself out. Yeah, that's fine, have the day off. Well, we do have our B network fleet down here. Obviously, a lot of these single decks will be stripped away at some point as well. So we're going to have to wait for most of the day for the money to sort itself out. And I don't think I can build anything more whilst we wait for, although I could be wrong. Yep, I can build that. And then we want lockers facing. I don't know how many lockers this is. More lockers. More lockers. I don't know whether this is going to be enough to serve like the entire depot or not. And there's going to be an extra line. They're going to be against the wall there, all the way down to the end. Yeah, I have no idea how many lockers are there. Not a clue. There's loads of these, I just ignore them. Literally just ignore them. If workers want to leave, they can leave. And well, I don't really care. Bulldoze, so... I don't really want to put every single locker away. I don't know if I get any money back for this demolishing. Let's give it a go. Oh yeah, we do, so that's not too bad. We do get some money back, which is... Oh, don't want to delete that door. Well, can't you tell it's nice and sunny outside? So obviously we've got enough lockers to replace all these in the corridor. That other locker room is absolutely humongous. So we must have enough to replace all these. I don't know if it becomes a problem if you're in debt for too long. Never ran at such a deficit. So that is like a little bit of unknown. So I don't know on that one. I mean, obviously this game as well, I would like to see some tweaks to it, but I think they stopped really developing on it now and improving on it. Because like in the UK, typically the big bus garages, they won't park buses like this. You'll have bays of buses where several will park in one area, and obviously every night they'd be, you know, they get washed and fueled. And this game doesn't represent that, unfortunately. So they only get fueled when they're running low. And that threshold is set. So I think this wash here can go. I think we've only got one fuel pump, haven't we, which is this one. But obviously this could be moved down here. If this break room can be moved over here, because this locker room can be that room, well, replaced with that room. And I think to do that I can just do it like this. Yeah, it's not the best way of doing it, but that is a way of doing it. Bus 1805 has got a flat tyre, needs to be repaired by the next bus. Repair. Sort of tyre. No, not the V-belt, the tyre. You do that. You go on that one then. So we've got like this massive office, which really is not required. We've got a locker here that for some reason is staying red. We're nearly out of debt until I do this. A break room. Build that as the break room. The door. Don't know why we have to do like armchairs, because they're never bleeding in here. Well, apparently it makes the place look nice, which is something that they have added, and that improves something. We will add a further door out onto that roadside there. The game is running choppy because it's in fast forward mode, and obviously we are editing as we go. So now this break room here, say goodbye to that. Of course there would be one locker that's now not reachable. We've got a hole in the toilet, that's not really a problem. Corridor can go. We do need to add some doors temporarily. I am going to slow the game down because we are really struggling here, because of the amount of entities on the screen. We are struggling a bit. So we do have a kitchen in the middle here, which the kitchen could go here. I think we'll stick the kitchen in this space here. Put doors through. We're going to have kitchen sides down. Yeah, well, it's going to 3 count, so don't know which one it's saying there is reachable. Some sides down there. For some reason we have a dresser. Some plants in here. Bin. Got 2 sinks in. Fridges. Good old vending machines. And then we need not a couch table. Do we have a normal table? No. So they give us chairs, but we don't have any normal tables. We couldn't even do like a proper sort of looking break room, even if we wanted to. So that we'll have to do. So then this side here, recoup some of the money by just bulldozing that. Yeah, we'll probably end up building something else in its place. You're going to complain now because you're stuck. Right, so at this point now, sort of like this corridor can go. So that's not really strictly needed. We've got a bathroom here. This office then needs shrinking then, doesn't it really? Yeah, let's shrink next to this. This doesn't need to be that big. There's no need for the office to be that big. Right. Even that is like excessive. But we do have a door there. What these are doing is queuing for a vending machine. Because that's what they do, even though there's vending machines here, they queue for them. They're idiots. And obviously they're queuing all the way through the door. All the way through there. Because they can't work out that there's 6 vending machines, 5 vending machines there. They're all the same. Yep, that's fine. We can work around that. Obviously we've got this thing to deal with. So, right, so we've got our 2 washes here. That's going to be our limitation of what we can do there. So I think we need to do a bathroom sort of here, like that. Door there. This office is going to go, which is going to change a few things. See, we've got another kitchen there, and a small kitchen. We'll have our open plan toilet. And sinks. Yeah, the sinks are probably going to disappear when I bulldoze a bit here. Oh, that's the toilet's done. So this toilet area. Oh no, I don't want to get rid of the wash. Yeah, I know it's not reachable. Now this is a problem. Why am I unable? I think that might be a bit of a bug. I think what we'll try is just go away, come back in. Now I think we might have to reload the game to get rid of that bug, so we might have to take a quick 2 minutes to come out, save the game, come out, reload it. But in the meantime, we can do some further demolition. That can go. Unless there's someone in there. No, there's no one in there. I think let's just try. It sounds stupid, but let's just try adding. A bit of bathroom and the door. I think it was. Whatever's here. There we go. So yeah, bit of a bug. We still got a red wall there, but it's a bit of a bug. We can deal with that bug. We've got 45,000 now. So you see, as we've been building, we have still made enough money to change things. Now, this little bus wash, we don't need it. Which means this building is completely surplus to requirements. And I wish it wouldn't do that, and it would just get rid of what I want. Right, next up, we need street fuel station 1. We'll stick 2 in, because that's about right there for 2. The service centre can come down. We're still extending then quite a bit onto the service centre. Fuel can go. Corridor can go. It's not needed. I think the queues just realised something, so we can then get rid of this bit of corridor here, this bit of corridor here to there. Technically speaking, we could get rid of this corridor here, and then that makes the room nice and square all the way down. We don't actually need it. But I think the game is going to try and freak out when we know I don't try and do this. Where's that there? Where's that? Right, because that's got a door there. Means this corridor is not really required anymore either. But again, we can work around that. Right, service centre. Do you believe did we unlock self-service machines? No. Here. Sure there is ticket vending machine. Let's get that unlocked. There is achievements for unlocking all the vehicles as well. So you do need to like sort of go through that. Build service centre. So extend this service centre out down here. All the way to the back of the fuel pumps. It's in red, but it lets me extend it anyway. I think we will go all the way to the edge here. So, as you can see now, we've got a bit of a weird thing going on here. So, service centre. Rid of those. Hold it together again. More desks in there like that. Then what we can do which will clear off some of the queue quite well, is stick in the ticket machines. So what we can do is actually this section down here line with self-service ticket machines. Have them on that side, have them on this side, up to there. Then we can have an information display there, one there, down the side here. I think we'll stick another load of machines in here. And down this side we'll have a nice seating area. That. We'll play the game a little bit and put a load of plants in. And we'll put some windows in. There we go. And then obviously chairs. We've got our little chair thing here. We'll leave a bit of a gap. We'll make the rows a bit longer. That. Some more plants in. And we've got a big area down here that we can play with. And we'll see how that goes. Unfortunately, we have sort of like spunked all the money for the day. So we're going to be massively in debt as we go into the night. But as everything's coming in, let's just check the schedule for tomorrow. So we're 3 missing at Hydro. Assign all depots. Assign buses. So everything's actually been covered. And tomorrow on a Sunday, we do have spare vehicles. Quite a few spare vehicles, to tell the truth. Monday, let's do all depots. Well, Middleton has a problem. Hydro doesn't. Middleton has 4 that are open and 2 with no driver. No, but if we have a look at Hydro, let's have a look. So we have 1 single bendy bus that's available. We have a double deck here available. So what we can do is excuse me, we can send 1 bus over, 2 buses, two buses, 3, we can send 3 over, technically 4, just one route's going to be a bit crammed. So because this depot is sort of like higgledy-piggledy, what we're going to do is we are going to send this one over to Middleton, and this one over to Middleton, that one over to Middleton, and just for thing we'll send that one over as well. Assign that one, take that one. Oh, I'll let the game play, guys, just give me a minute. Sorry guys, my short folks. Phone call took a bit longer than anticipated. So we're up to tomorrow. We're missing loads, so let's do this. We've moved on a bit, and we've got quite a bit of money now. We're missing vehicles for Middleton. Oh, we're missing a driver. We're missing a driver and a bus, which is not a problem. Let's have a look at. Can't buy one yet. Let's have a look at the roster again. Hyde Road tomorrow. I think we can shirt a driver over there and all. I don't think Hyde Road have any spare vehicles. No. What about Stockport? Do they have a spare vehicle that can be? No. However, let's do a 325 at 14.55. So 14.55. Yeah. We've got a Skyline there that we could potentially use instead. That's the Skyline needs removing and putting into Buxton more than like. Well, it will do at some point. I've just added it in because it's something to have. Ashton are pretty much maxed out for their vehicles. However, we're nearly at the point where we can buy one anyway. So what we can do is we can. Oh, we've got a used one here. So we say, let's have, how much is a new one? 62. We're nearly there. Let's just speed up and get a new one. That'll be easier. That's if I can get enough money together in the time. Pretty sure I will be able to. The money's going up in a good fashion. 62.1. There we go. Stick that in the B network. And then we need another driver. We'll get another 2 drivers. And then tomorrow that now has a driver. And that now has a bus. So that's that sorted. We do need to look at getting more routes on the go now. We are sort of at that period. I've not seen how busy the service centre is. The service centre is still quite busy. We could possibly do with something to we've got vehicles that need, it's gonna cause issues. I bet the others are at different depots. Yeah. Just gonna have to fail services for that day. Don't think Middleton actually have it. Oh yeah, they do. They have one. Well, that screws that plan up, doesn't it? Hopefully they'll be back in time. Not to screw things up too much. Oh, we do have a second fuel pump down there. I
do think we need more service desks. I'm wondering if we put an alcove in here. But for now, be alright. So, waiting time, we're still dead low down on that. Overcrowding, we've come up a bit. Internet, that's in here. It is quite expensive. So that's like 51,000. We can start off with a small amount and see where we get to. Research is done. So the next upgrade's there, 52,000. Enable bus priority for routes. Don't really need that at the moment. We don't have the money to do anything at the moment in here. And we have unlocked pretty much everything. So it's a case of waiting for this bleeding money to come through. So we can pay some loans off and get people on the bus. We get 83,000 for completing that. Hopefully these will come back. Fine, we don't have any vehicles spare. Let's have a look. The current workload's too high for me. Please reduce my workload, or in fact I have to look for a new job. Well, that's fine, you can come do one. It doesn't tell you in here. It tells you the stress. We've got 206 drivers. This is now where we're going to be problematic. So you can do that one. You're back. Which depot is this? This is Ashton. Right, so that route we're going to have to cancel today. We're now in Stockport. 199's not running today. So stuff's gonna go out. You know, we'll just have to do it like that. We don't have spare vehicles, unfortunately. We're not that blessed. This is the 135. 135 can actually be extended. So we can do that. Because at the moment we stop here. So if we go into here, 135, edit the route. So we need to find Armstrong's Fish and Chips in here. There it is. Remove that. Remove bus stop. And then we're back on this road here. And then we can just grab it going up here. Oh, I've zoomed in too far. This is where the game will struggle a little bit. Trying to actually push this forward is a bit. Now I know I've already been doing I've already done an hour, and I said originally I was only going to do about an hour, but a lot of that was on the phone. What time we're on? Nearly 8 o'clock. Right, we'll do to about 8:15. So probably fill this in, and then I have, like I said, I have got other stuff to do, so I am going to have to get on with doing that stuff. The 135 I think is another one that we do need to build another depot for, to put it into Queen's Road essentially. Keep going up here. Right, this is then where we go up here, and then we will go into there. and then come back down. We know roughly where we need to stop to come back down. Oh no, we don't want that bus stop. We'll skip that bus stop because it's going to cause problems. But obviously we've got Hall of Berry as well that we can do. But for a lot of it we need the vehicles, and for that we need the income. So what we're going to have to do is probably run something like an advertising campaign or something. Why do we go up there? There we go, that's been corrected now. So it determines that that is a quicker way back. So we actually just want to tell it to do that one, and then do that one, and then that one. And we're going to go past Whitefield. Then we come down here. You notice that this number will get smaller as we're actually getting closer to the route. Making sure that this number is not too ridiculously sized for the distance that we're actually covering. I don't think we can take it out of meters though. I think that is something that it is stuck in meters. But I'll have a quick look in a minute because miles would be better. And obviously this time is not too ridiculously sized as well. Right, no, we don't want to go that way. Need to do there. Why is that insisting on doing that? Let me just pick another stop down here. Yeah, no, that is insisting. Let me just try putting a bus stop there. Get rid of Kenyon Lane a minute. Might be the way it sees to Kenyon Lane. No, it's seeing this as a one-way street, which is annoying because it's not a one-way street at all. I think that's too close now for it to... Nope, it's still going to try and reroute that. Still trying to reroute that. So what it's doing is at this point here, it's having the bus turn around, go up here, and mess about doing this. I mean, we've got a messing about bit here as well. But going straight down, it's quite happy to go straight down because that's how it's getting back. So if we miss out Heaton Park, see, so it's doing some weird loop. But it's finding out which bus stop it is that's causing it to want to do a weird loop. So we've gone all the way back up there now. That was there. I think it's that one, you know. No, it can't be that one. Let's have a look. we do that. Do that. Then put that one in. It's doing loops. If I put that one in. This is the problem with this game sometimes. It doesn't quite recognise streets properly. So it tries and does weird stuff. So there's something down here. Hang on. Ah, that's why, idiot. We've already passed where we should be. So Guest Road, Haywood Stop A, St Margaret's, Orange Hill, Kenyon Lane. After Orange Hill, we want Kenyon Lane. Yeah. So, yeah, we'd already passed where we should have been. Right, so that, and then, yeah, for now, we'll keep it at that for now. Do we have a bus back for this? Nope. So, that's being cancelled. So, we're not going to be making much money today. That's for sure. Considering everything is quite good, I think we should run a newspaper ad. Launch. Oh, right, so I can build stuff, but for that it wants me to have the money. Okay then. Whatever floats the boat. Yeah, the buses aren't really originally these were quite full. But you know, I'm having to lower my prices to absolutely next to nothing. Well, I've got one going out quite full there. The city service is busy. That's for sure. But It's like, these just aren't busy now. And used to be, that's how I made a lot of money. Yeah. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Like I said, these stops were very busy, and the only buses that seem to be busy are the ones sticking to the city centre, which we're only going to be getting basic things on that. Let's see if we can find a bus for this. Yep, we've got one there. Can we find? Yep, we've got one there. We've got plenty of spare vehicles in our road for what we need. Let's go back to looking at the map. Yeah, because we... So, hang on, let me slow down. So, the 50's busy. We probably could add some more trips on that if we have the buses. 42B, that's busy. What else do we have that's busy here? The City 3. I think that's the City 2, I think that. Yep, completely busy. The 135 won't have changed its plans. The Milton routes are a bit nah. The 135 will still be turning round where it was, but that was a bit busy. I think we need to essentially have a bit of a rejig on the old timetables here. So let's have a quick look here. So the 15, how often? That's got every half an hour or so, that, I think. I'll edit the timetable a minute. Every 20 minutes. Now, let's make it every half an hour. On a Sunday every hour, on a Saturday every 40 minutes. Yeah. And that reduces, essentially, the number of vehicles that is actually required. Right, and Piccadilly Gardens isn't the thing, it's Townsgate. So that's saying I'd need at least 7 for that, even with the reduced, but that's not a problem. Right, confirm that. Right, the 34A doesn't make much bleeding money. Edit the timetable, let's have a look at that. Ah, right, that's why, because we only have 2 trips on a 34A on a Monday and Friday, and then on Sunday, it's running every 60 minutes. Right, that's okay, we can leave that as that is. That's expected. 42. Every half an hour. Now, the 42s are a weird one, because the every... like 10 minutes, every 5 minutes, whatever it is, that only applies down Winslow Road. So, every half an hour starting at 5:30, 60 minutes, we'll make that 45, that reduces some of the buses required. 42A, edit the timetable. What time did that 42 start? 5:30. So then 10 minutes later, 42A full route starts, we'll make that 5 minutes later, and then that runs at every 30 minutes. And then on a Saturday, every hour. So that reduces so that reduces some buses down. The part route one won't make as much money because it's capped down to a certain area. Yeah, that's correct. Anyway, right, the 42B outbound. I'm presuming that does both directions. So we can, because unlike the Jersey map, we haven't split the inbound and outbounds up in this map. So the 42B wants to be starting at like 55, running every 60 minutes. Yeah, get rid of Sunday, add a new timetable for Sunday. Start it at like 9 o'clock on a Sunday. That will help actually. I didn't realise that was you could set that to never. So don't add extra vehicles. Right, yeah. So let's just dance back to the 15 a minute. Edit route. So we needed 7. We still need 7 at the moment. That's fine. Right. 34A. That's fine. The normal 42. Don't add extras. So if you do every half an hour, 5. Still 5 because it runs every half an hour anyway. 42A full route. Drop that off. Right, 42B we've just done that. The 50, which is cross. Now that seems quite busy. Needs 13 vehicles apparently. We put that down to every 10. It needs 19 vehicles for peak. Do 15. I think we'll keep that as every 15 minutes. Saturday, let's knock that up a bit to every 20 minutes. Sounds stupid, 5 minutes makes a difference. Sunday, yeah, that's fine. The X50, a route that no longer exists. We've got every half an hour. Rid of rush hours. So we go from, right, so you see, 4 now. I'm sure it said 6 before. Yeah, so that's that done. Let's just do these city ones 1 minute. Every 10 minutes, never. So like the 15 utilisation is quite low. 76 every 50 minutes, that's a bit random, isn't it? So at least 4, still 4. Every 60 minutes, still 4. Hill Oldham bus station is where it's going. And Piccadilly Gardens. And on a Saturday, every 60. Sunday, every hour and a half. It's not very realistic, but you know. At this point, we're clutching at straws to try and get some buses back. Because if we got some buses back, we can expand a little bit. See, the 85 is another one. I think, pretty sure the timetable works alongside the 86 to give it like an every half an hour service. So at least 4, 3. So we shave one bus off there. Two buses now. Right, the 112 every 60 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. Can't hang on. Need to do advanced. Take that over to never. 2 vehicles. That's fine. 114, which seems to be the busier one out of the rest of them. Never. That's because it runs every 90 minutes. So you only need 1 vehicle. Destination, it will be, yeah, that one there. So it only actually needs 1 vehicle. 118. Get rid of that. So we're at 7 at the moment. Make it every half an hour. 4. That's better. Every half an hour on. Do every half an hour on a Saturday. Every 60 minutes on a Sunday. Starting at 7:43, finishing at 10 o'clock. Let me just double check. I've just realised. Let me just double check that. Yeah. That the final stop was what it selected. Right. Get rid of that. So we only need 1 bus now for the 119, which shaves a bit of time. 135. Let's have a look. Advanced. Let's get rid of that. Let's do that. I'll tell you what we could do. Be a bit cheeky. So, after 7 o'clock, let's do 7 till 7. It runs every 30 minutes. And then after that time, till 10 o'clock, it runs every hour. Doesn't shave a lot off. I've just realised I didn't check that it has actually chose. We don't want that one. Shoe Hill interchange. Yeah, because I've done the 135 to Shoe Hill rather than Piccadilly Gardens. It's Berry interchange. Don't know if that has an effect on anything. 142s every 20 minutes. Get rid of that. Nights every 60, that's fine. Sundays every 20 minutes. Yeah, that'll be fine. Saturdays, let's knock that down a little bit to 25 minutes. Doesn't change too much, that, but it might have a bit of effect on what's it. What time does that start as well? Show the timetable. 9:17. So really, this needs to start. Yeah, 27. Yeah, that's fine. Get rid of that. And on a Saturday, let's make that again every 25 minutes instead. Nights, let's make that every 30 minutes. On a Sunday, let's make that every 25 minutes as well. Probably half an hour would be more accurate. 192 Stockport turn back. That I think will get squished. I think because there isn't a normal 192, and obviously we've got Stockport now. And I had Stockport for a while. As you can see down here, it's quite busy. Yeah, a lot of people waiting for the 199 that's not want to turn up. But hey ho. So we do. Yeah, it's a Stockport turn back, as in Stockport. It doesn't go up to Hazel Grove. So what we'll do is we will put an extra route in, which is 192, but then we will have it run like every 10 minutes, but have it set to every 20, and have one as a one turn back, one as a full, one as a turn back, one as a full, and do it like that. The 199 starts in Hazel Grove, but we've got High Lane, Disley, Whaley Bridge now. We're nearly at Buxton, believe it or not. Edit that timetable a minute. Every half an hour, at least 3. Let's make it every 60. Get rid of that. That's 2 vehicles now required. Sorted. Right. 201. Now that is every 10 minutes. That can be got rid of. It says 11 buses. That sounds about right, to be fair. Saturday every 10 minutes. That every half an hour. Every 60. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be where most of our vehicles are. 203 will be the same. 205. Let's see, can we cut that down? Oh, every 45 minutes. We don't need as many of that on Sunday as I've put. Every hour. Saturday, every hour. There we go. Only 2 vehicles now required for that. 216 looks completely and utterly packed. Get rid of that. Every 20 minutes on a Sunday, every 15 during the day, every 50. Yeah, that'll be fine. That it's near as damn to a realistic sort of thing. Yeah, that'll be fine. No, hang on a minute. 219. Where's it gone? There's extras on that. Friday, Saturday night. It's midnight. We don't want Friday, because that's Friday morning. We want Saturday, Sunday. Like that. Alright, it starts at 15. There we go. That's a bit better. It's running extras. Right, let's have a look now at well, Dorbank and Ashton are the only ones missing stuff now. That's not a problem. Tomorrow same. But I reckon if I look at the schedule for Hyde Road, we have spare vehicles. So that's 2 spare vehicles. 3, 4, 4 spare vehicles. They won't work because they don't have the Skyline vehicle. and there is no vehicles. Ashton, there's no vehicles, so let's have a look. So Ashton need from Hyde Road 1 vehicle. So take that. Swap that over. So now we should be able to go into shifts. Ashton, we have a spare vehicle. Throw that in there. That I think won't appear because it's going to appear here in a minute. That sounds a very typical response, isn't it? I wrote the boss here and I hate this company. The whole experience is just terrible. Fuck off. It's just because we've got old vehicles, that's all. That is, we just need to bring some of the vehicles in. Basically. Right, back to the schedule. Oh, Ashton. I think that's been missed. Yeah, that's been missed. Middleton, I haven't got any door bank. Yeah, there are skylines that are missing. They're just gonna have to miss, unfortunately. But as I say, we do have some spare vehicles now. Don't know how spare they are, but there is some. So if we look on the map, oh, I've just thought we've got. Is the 192 out of? Did I ever? No. Where is it? Did I ever move the 192 turnbacks? No, they're out of Hyde Road still. So edit the timetable. Let it think about it. Every 10 minutes, 8 vehicles. Let's not do that. Let's do every 20 minutes. So we need to send 4 vehicles in the night over to Stockport, and they can operate the 192s. So if we do 192s, I don't know if this will kick it off straight away or it will have a free count. But door bank. There we go. Don't know why I was asking for that then. $199. We got no bus driver. We've got a spare vehicle. Yeah, there are the skylines that aren't being covered. But I think, hang on. Ah yeah, you see, they're coming back now. There we go, there's a skyline. Got another skyline there, so they're coming back. So the vehicles are coming back. So Hyde Road will actually have a few more spares. So we mustn't forget that in the middle of the night, or later on, we need to send 4 deckers over to Hyde Road, Stockport. Let's scoot through this day, and then I'm gonna go because it's 8:30 now. And I need to cook myself some tea. So what is 167 at this depot? Oh no, 196 buses. I think we need to do some of these single decks and go over to Middleton, but I need a double deck to replace a single. This is a bit better. Because I need flow. That's just what I need. Have we got? Let me just have a look here. Hyde Road. Have we got any buses that are already done for the day? There's one going to be there. We've got a bendy bus. Don't want to send a bendy bus. Won't get. Well, I either want to put the bendy buses into Queen's Road or get rid of them. Oh, there's one there. 250, 19246. Let's find 19246. Where are we going here? There. So you off you go to Stockport. That's one vehicle done, and obviously time is still ticking. So as I get deckers available, I'm going to send them. We've got a stupid minibus there. That is done. Well, it doesn't have anything. The City 3, I need to make that so they don't switch routes. Right, we got 19227. That will be coming back to us very shortly at 2 o'clock. It is in 10 seconds. So that can go. 246 can go. I've already sent 246. 227 can go anyway. Where's 227's parking spot? 19. They're going down numbers, aren't they? 225. 257. 228. 227. Next shift Wednesday. Send that over to Stockport. So that's 2. The question is, some of these deckers, are we able to move a few shifts around to make them work, basically? Well, We've got 2 vehicles over there now. 252. There's another one. 255. 252. Go. Could just click on them. Next shift. Tuesday. So tomorrow. So that's 4 vehicles that have been sent over to Stockport. If we go over to Stockport. Shift schedule. Tomorrow. Assign automatically. We've got enough drivers, we've got enough buses, perfectly. And we've still got 1 spare. Here. 192s. Right, the 327. I want to put that as a single decker. Because the 327 is, I'm not too sure whether it's typically 192 buses here now. So we've managed to move stuff about a bit. Our rating's not going up much. But we can have a look at, so like it's because of this, these don't have the upgrades, and it's to upgrade all of that type of vehicle, it's 915,000. So yeah, it's a bit expensive. What time you due out? Send you for paint. Alright, and we are going to leave that here now. Thank you those that have watched and joined in. We should be at a point where, yeah, 94, we nearly can pay off a loan. Which is much better. That's fine. We can deal with the owners. We just hire more people. And then sack some. We just need to have a reshuffle and rethink and what have you, but this is, although still like 25 minutes waiting time. I've got a feeling this is based on some European thing, because typically again bus depots in this country you don't go into them unless you're getting lost property, and even then it's hard work. So, this one, stick this in over here. In fact, I'm going to stick it there. I've got empty space there. Yeah, so that's working a bit better. We are making money now, which is good. We have spare vehicles, so in the next episode I will continue playing this and just letting it run and just micromanaging things to make sure it carries on running, and then in the next episode what we might do is, with enough money, we can look at doing some of the other Middleton routes, because there's not many Middleton routes. Not back from the Stagecoach days anyway, that linked Oldham and Middleton together, and then we can move on to doing stuff like the Ashton, which is all the Tameside routes. We've got all the Stockports to do yet, so we've got quite a bit to do, and we can look at that. Obviously berries we can't, don't really want to do berries until we've got the berry depot. But we can work on things. So, but anyway, thank you so much everyone for joining me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. And I'll try and fix this keyframe frequency at 4 seconds or less. And then it will be much better for you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Ha ha ha!